hate makes it last. Stay away from his yard. He'll make life fucking hard. All the clubbing never quit. Proud of streaming retro shit.
Hello. It's gonna take me a minute to get everything done. Okay, there we are. Nicole Akers, welcome in. Robert, welcome in. Hopefully this is working.
Listen, old man. I said get off my lawn.
Doesn't look like it is working though. It just seems like it isn't working. That makes me upset, but okay, we'll figure it out. Welcome in, everyone. Not bad, not bad. I hope you're doing well as well. You missed the first screen. The first screen said that everybody here is over 18, which I guess I'm glad about. But apparently this game is also not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Also, my stream is usually not good for anybody who's easily disturbed, but so that works out pretty well. Hey, TikTok peoples, welcome in. I don't know who's here and who isn't. There's a lot of people. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Well, that sucks. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, such as which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No, thank you. Playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to exposure of highly disturbing content. This sounds good. Highly disturbing sounds good to me. I like that. Yeah, I'm not dropping any frames, but for some reason, TikTok went out, because, I mean, that's what they do, I guess. Well, I've never played this game, so this is brand new for me. Please enter your name. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she may draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you would never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up, but if she's going to chase after me like this, I must feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Aw, Scarlett, welcome in. Ha 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 ha. I overslept again. Yeah, you look like you did. But I caught you this time. Maybe it's only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I mean, that's mean, eat a dick. Or is it, that's mean, eat a dick? It's really hard to tell which way she meant that. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Ken, welcome in! By the way, eat a dick. Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. And I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me that you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Oh my god, that does sound like me. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. Well, I'm perfectly content, just getting by on average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Holy shit, this is me. I feel attacked. Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried that you won't let learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I didn't have any skills after college either. Joke's on you, bitch. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Well, then, you wouldn't be clothed. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? I never trust a woman. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Jake, welcome in. Yeah, I am. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it'll be over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Didn't do this. God, no, this is completely blind for me, Jake. 100% fucking blind. So, hopefully I'll get you the reaction you want. And honestly, I don't care about my page. I have a feeling this is going to be bad. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you were just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me, if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Hey, that's part of the title. I assume that's it.
I said get off my lawn now.
Who's ever said no to anime titties? Ever. Yeah, literature's in the title, man. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. What a bitch! What the fuck? Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's cunning to have this all planned out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. My fat ass has done that before. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Well, why didn't you tell me about your titties? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, eat a dick. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Yeah, damn. You certainly filled that out. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Well, the one in the middle I could do without. She's like a carpenter's dream, you know? Flat as a board, needs in a nail. What are you looking at? Nothing in your shirt, I'll tell you that much. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name apparently, Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. It must be time of that month. Sayori says quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say anything like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid. Mature. Yep, we all know what you mean by that. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Eat a Dick. Whoa, Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. My God. The fuck? Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Eat a Dick. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about you make some tea as well? I'd go for some tea. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Sayori mentioned it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Feeling a little... Oh, she's coming out of the closet. Feeling a little awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh, whoa! Natsuki lifts a foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I do not have that kind of time. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh my god, get away from me, bitch. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. I don't give a fuck. It needs to taste good. I don't care what it looks like. It's gonna look brown and, in a log form when I'm done with it. What the hell? Sayori grabs the first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at it for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice she's sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Yeah, character development is always needed. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. Ah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you, dummy. All right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri turns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Wow, you keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Book? There's books here? I guess. You had me at cupcake. Cupcake and anime titties. That's enough for me. I don't even need that. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori specifically seemed very happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs with tits like that. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, I haven't asked too, and to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events and stripteases. I'd much rather take something I made personally and enjoy and make something special out of it. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't read. Woo! And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Speaking of hard, well, you could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. I mean, it's practically virgin, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile with fun bags. but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Dude, yeah, it's straight up a visual novel. But it's not straight up a visual novel, because towards the end you get to make different choices, because I heard there's like 800 endings. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Hopping on this, Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining, especially one with a member, though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, eat a dick. What kind of things do you like to read? Well, porn mostly. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps it quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile and big breaths. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Not really. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Ooh, she's gentle. I don't know, I like it a little rough. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. That's exactly what I said about mouthwashing, and you motherfuckers won't play it. Fuck you all. Ugh, I hate horror. Well, that's because you're the ugly one. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start all over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud!" And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yo! Welcome in for the Kool-Aid. See? Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Oh, please tell me this gets better. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. The fuck? You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and even showing the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Well, I guess the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit silent for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Let's get out some whipped cream and... Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Well, that is not what I was hoping for. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it'll help us to get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Eat a Dick? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? You still have your clothes on. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. I would, too. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, yeah, your butt, too. I want to see that as well. I'm sorry, I thought you should put your arm down. Humph. Yeah, fuck you. Nobody cares. You're the ugly one. Eat a dick. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really came by for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it... Why you gotta sound like that? Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. With that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Eat a dick, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee Yeah. Can I really impress a class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, eat a dick, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori... I can't speak. Never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Only if they're naked. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Listen, old man.
Here's Long Lost Order, welcome in. Paul Waffle, welcome in as well. Whew. Your time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Let's see. We're going to go with Disown. Nibble. Fester, that's a great word. Entropy. That's one of my favorite words in real life. Climax. Obviously, I mean, passion's great. Excitement's better, but the climax is what we're working for. What are we looking for here? Oh, welcome home. We're gonna go with Essence. Anime titties. Unrestrained. Another great word. Vivacious is nice, but not... It's too much. We're gonna go with shame. Effulgent's a good one. But we're gonna go with empty. Infinite. If we did empty, we gotta do infinite. They gotta go back to back, right? I like fickle. That's a good word. Suck my dick like a lollipop. Where to go? Judgment. And boop. Because why not? Desire. I want to see them in a swimsuit. Together. With shaven hair on their body. So I can enjoy a parfait. Done. I wrote a poem. I'm actually a published poet, so that's not really much for me, but whatever. You actually shared this shit? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Eat It Dick. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it, I will dive headfirst into almost everything you have. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Yeah, not from you. You deserve more boob. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Dustin, welcome in! 1 share a year. I got my 1 share. I'll take it. And last year, too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly repeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Eat It Dick always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. That's true. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room, smelling my underwear. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is always so messy. It's distracting. I keep seeing your underwear everywhere. And you almost set your house on fire once, but that was with the candles. Is that so? Hehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I just might be a little jealous. Don't be. I will never talk to her again. How come? You and Eat It Dick have become such good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Well, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Well, what fucking which is it? Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori may sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you was a pleasant surprise. Edgar, welcome in!
Listen, old man.
It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Really creepy? What's so creepy about this? But welcome in, 50. I miss you. I want to see you everywhere. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Not exactly what I was hoping, but okay. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, read it naked by the fire. Or discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her tits and a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. She's going to come out of the closet now? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to only be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her cleavage book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Is that the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the exact same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. 2 perfect books like my 2 perfect breasts. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Martikov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. Really? You fucking serious? Dropped a shit ton of frames. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck happened. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Woof! Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from the human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Aha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, eat a dick? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. But I was hoping it would be homemade pornography. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When the horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Play the fucking game, mouthwashing. Play it! What did I say? Dude, I'm having a hard time reading all this shit, okay? I work all day. Oh, fuck you, shut up. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the village's plans. Exactly, morals are useless. They're a guide for morons who don't know what to do. If you have some kind of intelligence, if you're not a complete total idiot, then morals are completely useless for you. Morals are for stupid people who need a guide. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. Well, yeah, it's still relatable to me. I understand it. I've been tracked down by escape experiment patients. Haven't we all? I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? Can I slip it in a little further? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Ah, virgin. That is reading in company with someone. Oh, well, you messed that up. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to, sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, and then hold my book between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds on the left side of her book between her thumb and forefinger. Django, welcome in! I am looking down her cleavage. I am not reading. Don't lie. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, when I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after she flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a minute. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're just not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head in it or anything, but they kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But eat a dick. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, it's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I just meant it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? It's not all of a sudden. I've been staring at your tits for 15 minutes. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, inspired from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumb. Well, that way you can mark the page at least, right? I'm sorry, Waffles is an awesome name, by the way. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. I guess if you read some at home, you won't finish so quick when you're here. In that case, I might do a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I'd agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Damn! Can't believe that line was poems. Sarah's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Scott Johnson, welcome in!
Listen, old man.
I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. What was that? Who should I show to first? I guess we'll just start at the top. I'm definitely the most comfortable with sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all.
He's been disappearing to the penny pornos.
Uncle Dad Penis! This is a good poem, Eat a Dick. Are you sure it's your first time? That's what I should be asking you. Of course. It's not that good. It's always a little disappointing the first time. Sorry, ladies. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really just happy you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Oh, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, eat a dick. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. I'm doing it for the titties! That's something that only real good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. I know what your motive is. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, okay, because it's what it means to her. Don't fucking lie to yourself. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Oh my god, thank you. That would be my way of thanking you. No, thank you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to it then. And then hold parts of you. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehe. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepies from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, I trust you too. That was horrible. If it wasn't just for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That wasn't very good, I'm sorry. David Miles, welcome in! Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Well, what about when you said just the tip? Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It's a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm just gonna run down the fucking list. Oh, the ugly one. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Fuck you, bitch! That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. Yeah, and I didn't say you were flat as a board. It just didn't invoke any emotions. I don't care about you, bitch. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Spanked, maybe. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. And I have no tits. Yeah. I told you weren't going to like it. I'd like it. You lying sack of shit. There's no way in hell you like that. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but hit you hard. I'll hit you hard, bitch. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about the simple writing is that it puts more weight in the wordplay. I'm into a different type of play, and you're not it. Like I set up from rhyme at the end, and then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be like a pro. Roses are red, violets are blue, go eat a dick, and fuck you. That's a beautiful poem. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is. Well, I care if they're over 18! But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. That's probably why she's the ugly one. Well, Yuri's next. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Actually, I have. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think it's the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that the way they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are now weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if the rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That wasn't bad at all. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But you took a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. But it wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, eat a dick. I picked up on that. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. Adam, by the way, welcome in. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, eat a dick. Me too. Well, Monica, I assume she's the last one left. The fuck kind of question is that? Hi, eat a dick. Having a good time so far? Looking at those fun bags, yeah. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the clubs, like new activities or a nudist meet or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Especially if I brought it up for you. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in and this erection goes away and I can stand again. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Aha! I stuck my ass out for you, so don't worry, you dick. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? By the way, when a girl does something like that, that's referred to as presenting in the animal world. In the animal world, the female will do that while she presents her hindquarters to a male she finds attractive to let him know that she is in heat and ready to be mounted. So what she's doing right there is saying she wants my cock. Now you know. You're welcome. always get some knowledge here. But it's that sort of barrier that we have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, eat it, Dick. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not really sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. Trust me, I will be very disappointing later. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low, see? That way it counts when I put in some effort, and put other things in as well. Oh, that's not very fair. I want it in now. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. That's how I write. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Oh, I'd love to try new things with you. And it could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things with me. That's the best way to find the kind of... style. God damn it. That suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself into me. Glide nicely and write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. We're all sluts here. Haha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Home? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Well, that was nice about somebody punching a hole in the wall. Huh, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay.
No, man. I said get off my...
He does have some drugs to grow. Exactly. That's what confidence is. I actually call it the confidence because you have to show your tits and then, jiggle them and dance. It's a confidence. That's what helps women be free. I'm all about the women's movement and moving women and women moving and jiggling and whatnot. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Would you shut the fuck up? When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? A hole in the wall. Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. That's very true, by the way. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep the pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, long, dark puddle of ink. Also very true. Did this fucking thing stop? What the fuck is wrong with this fucking thing? I fucking hate this fucking shit. God fucking damn it. Fucking TikTok bullshit. Dude, same here. I've been saying this all day. Since I started this, man. She's one of two with giant tits. And there's one that's like a carpenter's dream, flat as a board, easy to nail. No interest in that one. And then there's the one that's my best friend, and that's just creepy, So just move your hand and go with the flow. Are you telling me how to finger you? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. No problem. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. See, there's the carpenter's dream over there. And that's the big titty goth girl, I guess you would call her. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuro smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? It wasn't about giving up. It was about the desperation of feeling that you can't do anything when everything else can do something better than you. A little different. Whatever. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? About you? Yeah. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions and giant fun bags. Umph. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. And if I wanted any more fun bags, I'd have to wait till I get older. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Eat a Dick did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, fuck your fucking attitude. Why you gotta be so fucking rude? You fucking look at me like when girls are jealous. Excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet, especially after reading your shit. Tip Step, welcome in! And Eat a Dick liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Eat a Dick appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. It's not the advice I'm appreciating, ladies. Ah, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Again, it's not your advice and you don't have any, that's why. Are you full of yourself? Is your bra empty? No! If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overtly cutesy. You! Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Eat a Dick started showing up. Fuck yeah! Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little like your tits. It doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Eat a Dick. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making all of your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Eat a Dick. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste, like a bra on you. You understand that, right, Eat a Dick? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Oh, come on, it's going to be Yuri. Natsuki has no tits. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and that becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, and at this point, being defiant is only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Sayori doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out with her titless self. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, that's where you belong. She didn't really need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit at the adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think anything less of you. And speaking of things that are less, fuck that bitch. And speaking of handling things, I'd like to handle those. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Hita Dick. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. That's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. Oh, don't worry, baby. You don't need to have that brawl. You got enough. So, what thing did Natsuki say? We both know exactly what she's talking about. Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make you some tea. Ah, good idea. And a sandwich while you're at it. Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How'd you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Hita Dick, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. Just Sealman, welcome in! It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I just learn a little bit more of the kind of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Eat a dick! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee hee! Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yeah, she's got to make me a sandwich. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that outside of a tub of pudding or jello. I promise they're both wonderful people once they're naked. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. And to see why they make good friends with you. Phew. Hita Dick, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But then I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you. Aww. I feel so happy myself. Every day is going to be so much fun. Yeah. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught it into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Fuck yeah! I just need to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder while thinking about boning all of her friends, and her. I said more to myself than that to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this! Fucking A. What are we going to use today? Well, let's start with some determination. We'll go with tenacious. Flee. Frightening. Cage.
Get off my lawn.
Listen, old man.
I said get off my lawn.
Unrequited. Melanie, welcome in! Massaker's a great word. I'm gonna stick with that. Nah. I like wrath. We're gonna go with wrath. We'll go with defeat. Infallible or fester? Or unstable? We're going to go with unstable. I like unstable. Tragedy, unending, hopeless, childhood fireworks, pop-up bubble, special anime pink. They're all kind of shitty. We'll stick with unending. We're going to stick with passion. Incongruent, such a great fucking word. So is vivacious. We're going to go vivacious. I'd love to go to kawaii. These are all shitty, but I'll stick with time. Parfait, forgive, waterfall, lipstick, anxiety, variance, unrestrained, milk, friends, melancholy. I like unrestrained. Adventure, intellectual scars, blanket, portrait, fear, pout, uncontrollable, secretive, fluffy. We're gonna go with scars because I really like that song. Atone. Ooh. Embrace, incapable, dance, eternity, feather, universe, aura. I still love entropy. It's one of my favorite words. Sugar, disoriented, sweet, summer, judgment, alone, heart, horror, unlucky, despise. Judgment. Sensation, covet, music, kiss, loud, clouds, bliss, heartbeat, rainbow, cute, covet. Captive tears, extraordinary, shiny mouse, pleasure, infinite, insight, bunny, extreme. Extreme bunnies! Woo! Welcome in, welcome in. This is a lot. What's going on? Why does it smell so good in here? Oh, it's raining. That's why it smells good in here. Sorry about that. Another day passes and it's time for a club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here the past couple of days, entering the club room. The usual scene greets me. Hi, Eat It Dick. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hee. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Oh, speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack so I can eat your dick? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why all of a sudden? Because you're trying to fucking get me to buy your food. No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fill out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money to go in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either way, you're not hungry and you want an excuse to take a walk. Or you plan on conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that leaves only one option for you to eat my dick. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. You don't feel guilty about it, baby. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Guilt is a wasted emotion. Guilt is always a wasted emotion. Okay? People feel guilty for 2 reasons. 1, they did something fucked up and they meant to. Or they did something fucked up and they didn't mean to. If you did something fucked up and you didn't mean to do it, you shouldn't feel guilty because you didn't fucking mean to do it. And if you did something fucked up and you meant to do it, you shouldn't feel guilty because you did exactly what you fucking wanted to do. Stand up and be proud and own that shit. Haha! Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Haha! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Welcome in, welcome in. Yuri, tell Eat a Dick to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in that like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Aha! I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. I can see more of her, that'd be fun. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles to the desk. Kaya! Ow! Well, that was... a cookie? Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution! Actually, that one almost worked. Well, yeah. I mean, if she owed somebody, whatever. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcake, so it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Okay. Jeez, just eat it. Please eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes all the wrapper. It takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. She did it all for the cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Jake, text me. He's having too much fun here. Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. I get it. But leave the strap on over there. Cookie still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Huh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard any either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Oh, no. If you all got combined, even that fucking Carpenter's Dream there. Again, Carpenter's Dream. Loud as a board, easy to nail. Hey, go fuck yourself. But yeah, if all three of you got together, especially in some jello or pudding. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. A boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once we get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, eat a dick. Monica smiles sweetly and presents her ass. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Oh, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. She's still talking about the piano? In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet to find the strap-on. Kenny Grader, welcome in! That's Frongles. Frongles KG. If anyone's still here, you can give him a shout out. You can't shout out Radman Ken though, because he's banned for life.
I said get off my lawn now.
Hey Yuri? Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ken Big Dumb. No, I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small pitcher of water from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Is that your tit, or... Sure. She hands me the water pitcher. Also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, I may have the water pitcher. Oop. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Oh, where are you off to? We're just... Yuri's gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? So is masturbation, but I wouldn't mind if you joined. That's... Monica, please, mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve eat a dick in the club activities? My mouth gapes. I want him to eat my ass. Suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, eat a dick. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Corn dogs. It's a good name. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Eat a dick? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because I want my face between your tits. Nothing that you can do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away like you're currently hiding your tits. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns on a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say. Yuri lifts her head. I meant friends with benefits! Eat a dick? I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm always doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Dude, go for that shit. Obviously, she's okay with it. Whip your dick out. Eat a dick, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. I want to show you other things too. And you noticed, I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Whip your dick out! That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. Push it in! You're always worrying about me, eat a dick. It's very endearing. She doesn't mean endearing, she means stop being a fucking pussy and whip your dick out. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Eat a dick, I have another request. Is it to whip my dick out? Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Naked in a yoga position? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. You'd rather do it on your back? I could read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Baby, you want to bend over at your desk, up against the wall, on your back? I don't care. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Baby, I'll make you feel good. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my... tits are so big. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! See? See where she puts her arm? See that shit? It's because her tits are too big. I have a terrible reading posture. That's why I should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies I kept hidden from Sarah's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sitting against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Baby, give her something more than she can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Yeah, don't do it accidentally, do it on purpose! Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Yes, she has! She's pretending not to notice because she wants you to do something! How fucking stupid are you? She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. What, the erection you have? I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. It's a little hard putting the wrapper there, I understand. But, I mean, if you're gonna rock and roll, you gotta wrap it. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. Gotta get it unwrapped. You can have as much as you want. Damn! He's getting it. That's exactly what you fucking say. That's okay. I won't take any. Baby, I'm giving it. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. No, man, I can hold off. I'll give you warning, okay? You can edge me for a while. We don't have to get it on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. It's not the chocolate she wants in there. And just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what happened. Eat a dick. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Certain kinds of friends, yes. I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Keep going. Faster. I see the situation's gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return the book, but I can just tell by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding, and my dick is throbbing. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it ever even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest, always, rising and falling in the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Mark Gerhardt, get hard! Ah. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. You cock-fucking bitch, Monica! Okay, everyone. Uh-huh. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Eat a dick. You could help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. I'll help her put away my D. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Oh, you got some nice cups. At least C's. Yuri picks the teacups up from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. Well, I don't think you should have anything between the two of you, especially not clothing. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Who should I show my poem to first? We're going to start with my best friend here, Sayori. Ooh, I like this one, Eat a Dick. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go with my heart. If that makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. But then again, I guess conveying the feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Huh? Yeah, you gotta jump on this cock now before she jumps on it. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll have to keep it in mind. I just told you what I meant. Well, whatever. Anyway, let me see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? Yeah, bisexual. What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Well, starts with a B-I. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a happy rainbows. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Eat a Dick. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like bundles of kittens. Ew. I reach inside with my thumbs and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, exploring a dark cave, discovering the secret hiding under the little hood in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow the dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do you want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. My thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, all in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be from my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. I made that a little bit more pornographic than it needed to be, but holy crap! Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. You've been touching something. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm just so used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing like this is magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yay! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. I don't think she means writing. I think she means digging deeper, deeper, deeper. Yeah, I do need more viewers over there, but hey, it is what it is. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sarah's had a bit of a habit getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. I wasn't looking at her eyes. Well, obviously we're gonna go to Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Don't hide your boobs. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Eat a dick. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Yes, you better visibly swallow. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. We're going to go slow. She breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. Yeah, I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments its... Dude, they're all talking about masturbation. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. You know, her urges. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Yeah, the knife is a dildo. The raccoon is her urge. Jesus Christ. This is not like something that is deep. If this poem was a fucking ocean, you could walk across it and not even wet your ankles. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poems as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. welcome in. You didn't even like it. You just come in and say Scott? Come on. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. No, Yuri, don't worry about it. Everybody does it. Don't you have anything like that, Eat a Dick? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Eat a Dick. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Jake Ellis, welcome in! Dude, this thing is spicier than you've ever been. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. We'll go with Monica.
Listen, old man.
Hi again, Eat a Dick. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. But you never know. You want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is way better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Speaking of being turned on, well, sadly, it's hard to get much more personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Oh, have you then? Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her, and you can get pretty into me. Notice how I stuck my ass out for you again? Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm only kidding, but you really can stick it in me. Besides, I'm really sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Are you talking about her dildo? Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Well, it's just a hunch butt. A hunch butt. Hunch butt? You say hunch butt and then you do that? Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turns out. I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveform, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Playing like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Whoa! Well, somebody was writing in calculus. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Uh-huh. Now put it in my ass. I guess that's just the way I write. I'm really sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with the space on that paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Thank you. Thank you very much, Charles Bukowski. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a really difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this even a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, we'll listen to The Carpenter's Dream now. I do. Charles Bukowski is probably my favorite poet. So, I mean, I feel sad that I was never able to meet him. And I actually tried once, but he wasn't taking visitors, he wasn't feeling well, and he was hospitalized shortly thereafter. So I kind of missed my chance to meet him, but I also like his regular novels, like The Post Office and other things like that. I mean, when you could tell a story about, you know, a midget being chased by a prostitute, that's just a wonderful thing. I liked your last one better. Oh, really? I liked everyone else's tits better. Well, yeah, I could tell you were a little bit more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. Speaking of flat, Natsuki, that may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like that poems aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning by just using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Language is not complicated. They all mean something different. Like if you look at the etymology between mud and mire, you'll see the fucking difference. Even though they both mean the same thing, they don't. You're a fucking moron. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense. But I see right through all that BS. Ha! Making your reader look so hard for all deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. Shut the fuck up. God, that's annoying. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion. But my opinion is the best opinion. And I'll give you some. Fuck you. I don't even want to listen to you anymore. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Shut the fuck up, you cunt. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I've heard her sing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so... You sound like you're fucking autistic! She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always hear her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends like spiders, too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Fucking bitch. Not bad, right? Yeah, for a cunt. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. But you have trouble filling anything, especially a page. And a bra. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler reader analogies. And that helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone could agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Yeah, you! Of course, it's about how lovely everyone thinks It doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid people will find out that they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. You're stupid. Who cares if someone, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think that people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Ah, that's funny. Because, you know, you said the exact fucking opposite yesterday, you bitch. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. Yeah, and I'm having trouble finding her tits. Get over it. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she really feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate when people make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. Okay. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Go fuck yourself. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? So I have an extra plan today. So if everyone come and sit down at the front of the room, is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Oh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves and getting out of any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I really don't do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Suri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually gonna be doing for an event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. No spoilers, you fucking piece of shit. God damn it, Jake Boss. This is why nobody likes you. We're gonna be performing naked jello wrestling. Monica, yeah, we're gonna have poetry performance. Each of us are gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also gonna let anyone else come up and recite poems too. It's called a poetry slam, okay? This is like 1990s all over again. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hee hee! Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters, did you? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's just not a bad idea. I just didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. God damn it, here I was hoping for a foursome. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we're going to give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better it'll be to be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Yeah, that's what your poem was about. Finding new horizons. And having fun. Fuck this, dude. TikTok's going down. I'm sick of this shit. They're pissing me off. Goodbye. Goodbye, TikTok. I'm sorry. I can't fucking take that anymore. It's driving me fucking bananas. Every 2 fucking seconds. Diddly, 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 diddly. If I wanted to see so much fucking diddling, I would have picked one with, you know what? I'm not going there. And having fun. That's right. And it's those the reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you in here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes us standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is try to help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but I wasn't talking to you, Natsuki. Your shit sucks. No one wants to hear it. It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Nick Whitfield, welcome in, my twin! Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. All right. Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice.
I said get off my lawn now.
Aha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri, foreshadowing. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. Ooh, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. That's too sudden, but we basically just fucked on the floor in the back of the classroom, and that was okay, but this is too sudden? Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to find a specific poem she has in mind. Stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to imply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. And her tits. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called, Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called, After Image of a Crimson Eye. I already know what this is about. Think about that for 2 seconds, guys. Especially the guys. After Image of the Crimson Eye. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. Dun 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 dun! No, it's the redness from after masturbation. My God, man. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds up the poem to her chest, her big, ample chest, and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. It looks like Yuri is down for the count. She can go down anytime she wants. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Is it dewy? Is it a dewy meadow? Bitch, we know what's going on here. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. Oh my God. How do you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it as you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay, then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery as Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were able to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone than I thought I knew, through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Eat It Dick liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you very nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours with that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Maybe they need a little force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean! Sometimes she has to be forceful with herself. Well, I've been practicing that kind of a thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Jesus, fuck! They're not even hiding it! The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. When we don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Okay, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Eat a Dick. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Eat a Dick lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. This is why everybody fucking hates you, you stupid cunt! You got no tits, you got no ass, you're ugly as shit. You are the ugly bitch in this story. And you're a cunt. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. My ego's a little bigger than her chest. I can deal with it. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with the one I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Buckaday, they are not hiding it. Sorry, I'm really not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. It's something that will improve over time, though. You know, with more practice in my ass. Well, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets over to her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. It's called Pentameter! Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't too bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have to worry about much for this festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. See, they're not hiding it! It might be hard, not hiding it! But I really hope you all have an idea what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me feel really happy, and that's why I stick my ass out to you. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival coming up, so let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out nicely so far, so I'd like to continue doing that. As far as the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to hide my erection with the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it, if it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Even though I present my ass to him. Hee. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. I'd fuck all three of you. 4 of you. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, eat a dick. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like when we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on a spot here. Well, I'm gonna walk home with a girl with the bigger tits. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? It also makes my dick hard. Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful for turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any more point in speculating something that's not going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it, alone in bed, while writing poetry about my bottles from my friends and digging deeper and deeper in my cave. By the way, that's really what her poem was, in case anybody missed it. It's not long before he will need me anymore. Won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward, like an awkward erection. But it was kind of her fault for dropping me with such a weird question. I just can't lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh, the one with the biggest tits. That's the one with the big titty goth girls, I guess what we'll call her. Let's see. We're going to go pleasure. We'll go electricity. Essence. Inferno. We're gonna go with tone. I like that word. A tone's nice. Effulgent. I love it when she calls me Big Papa, though. I know it's Poppy. Don't worry about it. Treasure. Unrestrained. Journey. Climax. Ambient. Together. Melancholy. Incongruent, because they're not together. Haha, that's always fun. Clumsy. Misery. Vivacious. Infallible. Agonizing. Agonizing depression. Oh, I know what that is. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have had a lot of determination starting this club and now picking up the piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess el pasión. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're willing to help me out for the festival too. And that smells really good. I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about the festival just yesterday, you flat bitch? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Huh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. Really? Welcome in, Super Retro! And high school in Japan is way cooler than America? No, yeah, it is just anime brainwashing you. You're going to have, just like in high school where you had like the popular clique at the one lunch table and then you had the table of losers. Except in Japan, they don't have a table of losers. Those losers don't get a table at all. They usually end up eating their own lunch in the bathroom and then hanging themselves by the time they're 20. There you go. Hey, Sayori. I waved my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again? Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Everyone. You're okay with that? The whole 5-some orgy thing? If you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else, but the conversation has already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Eat a dick, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into this a little too much, but she seems a little bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging her rubber eraser. Dragging her rubber? Up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Eat a Dick. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to know if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Oh, you sure about that? Can you do it naked? Can I watch? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Eat a Dick. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Huh? She's been so much happier since you've joined the club. It's just like an extra light was turned on inside of her. Turned on? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different than how it has been. Stick it in my ass. You're so funny, Eat a Dick. Have you thought about that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What would I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about that for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting, and I think about a threesome. While I watch her kneel down to Sayori and gently talk to her. See? We're doing it. We're getting there. But she's keeping her voice so quiet, I can't hear it from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, that I'm letting it weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? The only thing I'm thinking of is your tits. How were you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are the only concern of those willingly sharing that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping those to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been just friends for a long time, that's all. Oh, I see. Yeah, I still want your teddies. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little bit much. Eat a dick. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And then there's so many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what might be going on in the inside of her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, so I feel concerned for her. Flareon! Thank you for the raid! That's Flareon Creations rating me on both sides. Thank you very much. Did I make you a mod over there? I may have, I may not have. I don't really know. Here, let me see. Give me one moment. This may or may not work.
Get off my lawn.
Listen, old man.
I said get off my lawn now.
Fuck Canada, and you too.
Oh. And I also feel concerned for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori? She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Not as much as your breasts do. I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. I mean, trust me, I'm still looking at your tits. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings that you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah! I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. We nearly fucked yesterday, and today we barely have any interaction. This is so weird. It smells really good even though you're about to set off the smoke alarm. Huh? Thank you. My fat ass needs food constantly. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. We're going to start with Yuri because she thinks I don't want to fuck her, and I do. I want to see if I can get a four-way going. Eat a dick. Your writing has only improved the last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I could really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it's ever come to me this naturally. What's wrong? Well, that's a wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself and undoes her blouse. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the same chance to share my writings. It wasn't her writings she was trying to share. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe you're so good at something you've never done before. I mean, shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. You should probably share it with more people. Like the other girls here and me at the same time. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. Bitch, it wasn't rape. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Eat a dick during lunchtime. I eat by myself. See? Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway, but books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with, or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face, or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type and giant tits. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, eat a dick. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. It's called masturbation. You do know all about it. I have all these feelings, and all I could do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what I was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, eat a dick. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like everyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then fuck them. Preferably in front of me. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time she smiles as she does it. Do you want to show me your tits? Boom! Boom. Yeah, I do. Let me bring it out for you. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendril of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing in the distance, the blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing its eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. The silhouette grows. It's a silhouette that's grown. I open my umbrella. Casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I'm too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds as he raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding? I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. The ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I hand it back to Yuri, but instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? Oh no, of course not. I don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy you shared it with me. I like to share my penis with you. Whip your dick out! So thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Naked. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. Once again, I try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can whip your dick out for me. The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometime. Yeah, don't worry. I think you can do a good blowjob. A good job! Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, preferably naked. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so she can put her poem away. Okay. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Danny, welcome in! Maybe. That's not what I really meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. And that makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right?
I said get off my lawn now.
Well, and go to sleep, long lost daughter. It's okay. You're allowed to sleep. We're good with that. And you're happy too. In this club. Well, of course I am. Big titty ladies everywhere. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you. Eat a dick. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Good night, long lost daughter! Hi, Eat a Dick. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Yeah, do you have any Bukowski? Well, being in front of this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Eat a Dick. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, but I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in a whole year. Spoken! You're in the fucking literature club. The word is spoken. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs to put some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... Now put it in my ass. That's awfully suspicious, you know. You could fuck me too, it's fine. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I feel bad. She has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all of her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, it could turn out to be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm gonna hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, right? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth, the lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift in the sky, a victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I stare, I look into her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady knows everything, knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but that's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if I had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's only one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Ha! Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? What are you, a commie? I gotta save this, by the way. There we go. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus on everything that went into it and the other things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh, this bitch. What do you want, cunt face? Meh. Did she really just fucking say meh to me? She actually said meh. That's my line, bitch! I guess you haven't learned anything after all. Honestly, I don't know why I keep getting my hopes up in the first place. Wait, what? I didn't think this one was that bad. What did I do wrong? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's just gonna sound like you're forcing it unless somebody... What's with all this forcing shit? Unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know, Yuri would love this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean... Oh! Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve through... Though, what I did is beyond me. I am so not done with you! Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second! Is it just me or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ugh. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing. That is something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She wasn't actually feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, go fuck yourself, you stupid cunt. She's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want her to force it. Oh. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything's fine. Well, what did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing this weekend, masturbating. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted! As far as myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. As for Yuri, you can, guys, look at my ass! Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No! That's not it at all! You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Geez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell that things are harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help settle the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk, focused, and starts thinking to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. My back hurts. But anyway, that just leaves you, Eat a Dick. The one who is truly useless. Why, thank you, cunt. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really appreciate that. Is Monica suggesting that I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are you going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give to you. Oh my god! She's really coming on to me! It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own? Ita Dick may not like to be around if all you do is make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Ita Dick to... What are you saying? Bury his face in your cleavage! It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Now, just what do you think? Guys, settle down for a moment. He can bury his face in my cleavage too. In the end, I think it's up to Eat a Dick to decide how he'd like to contribute and whose tits he wants to bury his face in. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend time with me yet, you know, as she sticks her ass out, presenting. So I'm sure he's interested in my ass. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Eat a Dick, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going with... Winter Gaming! Welcome in. Thank you for the Daily Heart Me. And probably 37 of the 37 likes. Who am I going to go with? Big Titty Goth Girl? My best friend? The bitch who keeps presenting her ass to me like she wants me to jam my dick in it? Or that stupid cunt I can't stand? Well, we nearly fucked yesterday, so we'll go with that one. I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. But me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki? I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying... So you'll be helping out Yuri then, Eat a Dick. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. My tits are heaving for you. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful in getting me out of my clothing. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the masturbating by yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word. Horny is the right word. But I suppose I'm looking forward to the little bit inside of me. Do you feel the same way, Eat a Dick? Me? Do I want a bunch of me inside of her? Yeah. I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki! What? Why is everyone yelling at me? Because you're a raging bitch! I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Eat a Dick picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea, and they rest perfectly on my tits. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so, I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But if you were trying to cheer me up all of a sudden, I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I could tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this, because Sayori would always help everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. If you're excluding my tits. Yeah, and my tits and ass too. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I follow Monica and Natsuki out the door to chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realized I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? Oh, I mean, if my mom ain't home, that'd be fine. No, not at all. Just gotta clean all the fucking crusty cum socks out of my bedroom. Fuck. I just thought I'd be the one going to your house, since I'm the one helping you. Ah, I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer to going to your house. Alright, in that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for the reason. It's not like it should matter either way. I just need to make sure my room is clean of pornography and crusty cum socks. I hope that I can manage to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Eat a Dick. I think we make a very productive team. At least very productive in the bedroom. If you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait! You don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. Shut the fuck up! It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the two reasons on your chest that make the most amount of sense. I chose to help you because that's what I wanted to do. But, Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. I just want to see your tits. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to see your tits. And that's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my... I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? And she'll be coming in my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, you have not handled her yet. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this a chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. Dude, you were already touching her tits, she had her hand on your thigh, and you were feeding her chocolates, just putting them in her mouth one by one as she licked your fingers. She wanted you to whip your dick out, and you didn't do it because you're a pussy. This guy don't know shit. He's just so dumb. He really is fucking stupid. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. She's clearly an introvert and an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. See, they were sexting! We figured it out. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we use this place so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses, like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to the bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Eat-a-Dick. I sit down in her room.